We're in 1797 on the deck of a man of war during the Napoleonic Wars. Herman Melville is the author of Billy Budd, the novella on which this opera is based. And when Melville died, Billy Budd was unfinished. E.M. Forster, the famous British novelist of the 20th century, was charged with writing the libretto for Benjamin Britten's opera. He, together with Eric Crozier, turned this Melville novella into the work that we have today.
Benjamin Britten is the most important opera composer of the last century, so it seems particularly appropriate for us to turn to one of his most grandly scaled epic works. I like to say it's an opera that's very well known but very seldom seen, only because a handful of our largest opera companies really possess the necessary resources to mount this opera.
I am always in awe of our orchestral musicians. Britten never wrote easy music. Billy Budd is the largest orchestra that Britten wrote for, and we have the honor of having collaborated with the publisher in the Britten estate and the Britten conductor and scholar Stuart Bedford to reduce the score for a handful fewer musicians.
Stuart Bedford, our closest living link to Britten, had always wanted to create a slightly modified orchestration of the piece, and all they wanted was a company that would do it.
It's just trimmed enough that a company like ours can do it, which makes it very unique, I think, because we'll be the smallest, most intimate theater ever to present this piece.
It's one of the largest casts of principal singers we've ever had. One of the challenges, I think, of the texture of a piece like this is, of course, the fact that it's an all-male cast. Billy Budd is one of the most coveted roles in all of opera, particularly for baritones. We were pleased to have Craig Verm in the title role. He has all of the requisite vocal beauty and finesse and the athleticism and everything that's required of the piece.
There's so few baritones in the world that get to sing this. It's not done very frequently, and when I look at the list of baritones that have sung it, they're all my heroes, and I hope I'm doing it justice.
Michael Egel found this amazing singing actor named Zachary James. Zach is interesting because he's 6'7" and has this tremendous physicality, so you get this claggart that is just wound like a spring.
I've never had to be so brave on stage as I have had to with this role. The acting and the emotional commitment, and vocally, it's the most challenging thing I've ever done.
We're blessed in our Captain Vere in having a great singing actor with Roger Honeywell. What's unusual about Vere is that we meet him as an old man, and it's his actual story that we're telling. It was Britten that decided that we would approach the story as a memory.
I guess the challenge for a singer in this instance, it's to be able to still vocalize through the emotions. I don't really think about singing when I'm singing. I think about my intention as an actor and what the character is doing. It's serving the piece more successfully to allow yourself to go there than to just make pretty tones all the time.
This is all a memory play. It starts with Vere as an old man, and we hear this undulating, kind of distant sounding, alternating of strings, which also might be waves of memories that are coming back over him. Something's nagging at Captain Vere. Britten was one of the greatest masters ever of painting with sound.
I've directed more than 80 operas. I think Billy Budd is actually the 81st. But this one is very unique and very special. I don't think I realized, however, what a true work of genius this piece was until about 3 days into the rehearsal process, where we all kind of looked at each other and went, maybe it's just the best opera of the 20th century, and aren't we lucky to be doing it?
And now, Des Moines Metro Opera presents Billy Budd.